Environmental concerns remain surrounding the Inner Harbor seawater desalination plant. Downtown Corpus Christi is adding a little more color this weekend, and Rob Boscamp explores what it means to have positive mental health. Today is Friday, May 29th, 2026. This is South Texas Midday. I'm Spencer Chiak. Yesterday was the final meeting of the Corpus Christi Inner Harbor Seawater Desalination Plant Field Model Committee. Spheros Environmental presented their findings, showing minimal changes to the bay and some to the ship channel. However, members pointed out that the ship traffic used in the study were inaccurate to the volume that comes in on a daily basis. Some members also took issue with writing off the importance of the channel as a whole. Some committee members will give their opinion on the findings during next week's City Council meeting. Last night, in a post on Facebook, Corpus Christi District 2 City Councilwoman Sylvia Campos announced she would not be running for re-election, citing health concerns. Residents 18 years and older interested in running for District 2 or any of the 9 city government seats can file between July 18th and August 17th. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Across the state, Texans have found ways to improve mental health care, whether that be with better practices or simply awareness. KEDT's Rob Boscamp has the story.
Linda DeVries had been practicing yoga for about 15 years when the COVID-19 pandemic hit in 2020. She and her husband, who has an exacerbation of asthma, stayed at home as much as possible to avoid getting the virus. The couple and their 2 children isolated themselves for most of 6 months, except for socially distanced grocery trips and picking up books from the library each week.
That took a toll on me mental health-wise.
That summer, she took virtual training to become a yoga instructor, which helped her improve and better understand her mental health. It also inspired her to make space for self-care for herself and others.
There's a lot going on with mental health in yoga. One of the overt things that you would see is we are building community in a yoga class.
DeVries now owns her own yoga business in Victoria, Restored Soul Yoga, LLC, where she instructs members and walk-in clients in several dance studios and spaces across the area. In addition to breaking a mental sweat, some of her clients practice yoga for physical exercise.
We also have the movement and breath work going on in a yoga session. So that works on a very physiological level. We know that increases serotonin and dopamine.
According to Dr. Deepu George, an associate professor of medicine at the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, physical activity only builds the connection between physical and mental health.
As long as your head is attached to your body, we can pretty much make a clear case that the two are connected.
George is also a primary care behavioral health consultant and licensed marriage and family therapist at UT Health Rio Grande Valley. He pointed out that physical symptoms ranging from low energy, difficulty sleeping, irritability, and loss of appetite can be signs of stress and potential underlying mental disorders.
Being able to check in routinely on yourself and being able to understand what's happening internally is a good indicator of managing or self-managing your own stress and therefore your own mental health.
Texas has had a challenge in managing opportunities for more accessible mental health care, partially due to geography. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, more than 1 in 5 U.S. adults experience mental illness. 19% of U.S. adults struggle with anxiety disorders. 15% of adults have a major depressive disorder. And more than 1 in 7 U.S. youth ages 6 to 17 have a mental health disorder. A 2023 report from Mental Health America ranked Texas last in the nation for access to mental health resources. And for those living in Texas, that mental health checkup might be a struggle. In 2024, the Texas Department of State Health Services reported that 246 of 254 counties were designated by the federal government as, quote, mental health professional shortage areas.
There's a lot of land in Texas. It's a very, very large state. So there's a lot of rural folks that need mental health access, and they don't have any access to a psychiatrist.
That's Dr. Barbara Kirsch, a psychiatric nurse practitioner with Texas Psychiatry Group in Houston. The mental health clinic treats for ailments such as depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, and substance abuse and addiction. Like DeVries, Kirsch also saw how the 2020 pandemic affected mental health, particularly those in the workplace.
There is an increased awareness of mental health issues that's led to more discussions in the workplaces, but there's still a stigma with patients not wanting to open up in their workplace.
But one's mental health isn't just about occupation. Kirsch looks at other factors that contribute to a person's mental health, like medical history and cultural background.
To me, it's like a puzzle. It's like I get to put the puzzle together. So when I look at medical and psychodynamic and genetic and cultural values, it's a really cool puzzle to put together, especially when the patient gets well. It's really cool to watch.
Kirsch says that Texas has offered more access for telehealth in recent years, and with the state advocating for accessible mental health resources, there's now a few more puzzle pieces in the big picture. I'm Rob Boscamp in Corpus Christi.
If you've noticed the variety of murals on downtown Corpus Christi's buildings, get ready because MuralFest is about to add some more color and artistry. Lon Gonzlez has more.
Downtown Corpus Christi will be a buzz this weekend as MuralFest 2026 kicks off. The event will feature new artistic showcases on downtown buildings.
We are, for the 5th year in a row, creating 5 large-scale murals in downtown Corpus Christi. And so we have 20 that are downtown as part of previous MuralFest. And so we'll add 5 more, bringing our total to 25.
That's Arlene Medrano, Executive Director for the Downtown Corpus Christi Management District. Medrano adds that this year's MuralFest will involve the creation of a new community mural called Community Love, and will invite members of the community to take part in the creation of a 600-tile mural. MuralFest will also feature 5 artists, some of whom have traveled a long distance to participate in the event. Medrano says to be on the lookout for some unique works.
This year's murals, some are very traditional, some are very avant-garde. I think that our community is going to be really surprised by some of the works that are going on. They are different. They are, it's art. It's left to interpretation.
MuralFest 2026 gets going tomorrow morning at 11, continues throughout the week. The murals created, by the way, are semi-permanent and are intended to last for years. For KEDT News, I'm Lon Gonzlez.
Whataburger Field is going bananas. The worldwide phenomenon Banana Ball is making its first stop in Corpus Christi, playing last night and continues tonight and Saturday. Banana Ball changes up traditional rules of baseball and has grown into a spectacle that's been watched by crowds from over 100,000 fans at Texas A&M University's Kyle Field to hundreds of thousands of spectators on television and live streaming.
It's pretty amazing to see, and it's so much energy, so loud, and I think that's one of the biggest things, the biggest differences from my experience with big league stadiums.
That's Trey Jones, who plays for the Texas Tailgaters, one of the teams playing this weekend. Jones played 5 seasons in the outfield for Texas A&M University Corpus Christi, and he looks to reconnect with old friends like Islanders baseball coach Scott Malone.
Go Durs! Coach Malone, he coached me up a good 5 years while I was here, and I'm glad that I got a chance to experience that. Ultimately it led me to playing in different places and led me here.
Jones is also excited to introduce Banana Ball to fans who are likely watching the game live for the first time.
And it's so much more than baseball. There's so many different aspects that come to a Banana Ball game, and I'm just excited to be able to share that with Corpus Christi, especially because Corpus Christi is such a baseball town, such a baseball city.
The game has 11 rules that set it apart from traditional baseball. Jones' favorite rule offers fans a chance to be a part of the team. If a fan catches a foul ball out of the air, it's immediately ruled an out for the batter.
When the ball goes up, everybody's got their eyes up and they want to catch that ball, because when you catch it, it's an out, and we bring you on the field. We give you the whole Banana Ball experience. Bring you on the field, celebrate with you. You probably get some free stuff from the dugout.
The Texas Tailgaters and Firefighters continue their series at Whataburger Field tonight and Saturday. Finally, the Spurs will play one more after defeating the Oklahoma City Thunder in San Antonio at the Frost Bank Center, 118-91 on Thursday. The series will conclude in OKC on Saturday. Tip-off is at 7. This has been South Texas Midday on your community-owned station, KEDT and KVRT. I'm Spencer Chiak. Your community arts calendar and more is on its way next.